Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Now, keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone, so make sure to check out your other placements because you could have messages there as well. Okay, Virgo, let's see. What is the energy around Virgo for this week ahead? What was that? Flipping and flopping. Ah, not for you. I love when that card comes out. It's very, doesn't hold back, you know? That not for you card, it doesn't sugarcoat. It's just very blunt. Something is not for you. And there's a big change in the wind here for you, Virgo. There's that yin card. I had a feeling that was going to come out. And the here and now in reverse. Okay. So there's a big change around you right now. Your bottom of the deck here is the Y card. So I feel like really understanding your motivations and your intentions is important right now because everything is about to change. There is a situation here that is not for you. And I think you're resisting that a little bit. You want it to be for you. This could be something from your past that it's just, you know, the cycle's complete. Whatever, you know, was written between you and this experience is over. And it's time for you to sort of find yourself being more mindful about those moments where you find that you're drifting into the past or worrying about the future. Do you know what I mean? When we have emotional attachments about something, sometimes we can feel ourselves going back into the past. And when we are overly ambitious, sometimes we wander up into the future. So you're really being guided to stay in the present because the past and the future are both illusions. And so whenever you leave that present moment, you're sort of it's almost like you're disempowering yourself to call in what it is that you desire, because the past and the future can't give you anything. It's all about the now, right? So you need to come back to focusing on today. And so there feels like there's something from the past that has shifted, and it's like I feel like you're trying to attract it back, but it might not. That cycle may be over, Virgo, and we've been seeing that in your readings for a little bit now. Few of your weekly readings have sort of pointed to this connection from the past that feels like that cycle is complete. And look at that. There's the Judgment card all by itself, all flipped over. And I just shuffled this deck before I started this reading, and I didn't see that. So yeah, it's almost like you're coming into a realization that something's just not for you anymore. And you almost need to get clear on your intentions for the present moment instead of the future focus or the past focus. Because again, those are both illusions. All that we have is what's happening right now, right in this present moment. This has to do with a group of people or a singular person that used to really be close to you. Okay, Three of Cups. It's interesting seeing the Three of Cups landing here on the Yin card, which is this feminine energy. And this Three of Cups always feels like a very feminine energy to me. It represents Cancer. So, you know, it's that idea of feeling connected to others here in the Three of Cups and celebrating together. So I feel like there was a lot of good times. There was a lot of good times in this relationship, but now it has turned into, it almost feels like it's turned into something that's not in balance with you anymore, because it feels like that cycle's over. So it's not in alignment with you anymore, it feels, but you're hanging on to it because I feel like you want it back. Six of Cups. Yeah. You're thinking about this and you're like, but it can't be over. You know, there's a strong connection here that needs release, needs to be let go of. It's it's changed. There is a big change in the wind around this connection, and it's leading to a transformation here. There's a rebirth. Something could transform in this, but as it stands, it's not for you. And I almost feel like by letting go of it, you might be able to begin a new cycle that has less disharmony and less conflict around it. Because, you know, it's like if you try and force anything to be for you when it's not, it's inherently going to have conflict and misalignment and miscommunication, and the balance will feel off because it's something has shifted in this union, something has shifted in this friendship, this relationship, but it's fine, right? Like, we can't take everything from the past into the present and into the future. I feel like you're being moved away from something that lacks balance with you and lacks alignment with you now, but it didn't in the past. In the past, it was perfectly timed to be in your experience, but now it's not. It's moving away, and I feel like that is something that you're resisting. Yeah, there's the Chariot in reverse. So you feel stuck on this connection. You feel like you missed an opportunity by letting it go. Like maybe there was something that happened to sort of put distance between you and this person, and now you sort of feel sad about that. You feel distracted by their absence, and there's a part of you that just is feeling out of balance without them. There's a lack of harmony, you might even be feeling kind of blocked. They may have blocked you. You may have felt like they were like a matriarch to you, or you were to them with this Empress, and now it's not like that anymore. This has changed. This has transformed. You're a little bit stuck on them, but I think the worst is over, and the cycle is complete. There was something about this connection that felt like a bit of a betrayal. It could have been, you know, you betrayed them, or they betrayed you, or no one betrayed anyone, but it felt like that. You know, like I do feel like there's a bit of distance between you guys, and that this cycle is now complete. And I see the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like emotional fulfillment is yours if you can let this go. And I feel like you don't want to let this go. You know, looking at the Ten of Swords even right now, I'm sort of feeling like you both may feel like you were betrayed by the other. I think you're both needing to let go of each other in order to receive your emotional fulfillment, but you're both having a hard time with this because there's a strong emotional attachment that grew in the past. And I feel like the energy around both of you is trying to get you guys to sort of let this go. And because you're stuck, you're blocked. You feel energetically blocked, you feel creatively blocked, you might even feel like you can't move forward. This could be overwhelming you. And you might even be feeling like you're dependent on this other person, but you're not. This could just be a reflection that you need more self-care. You need to focus body, mind, and soul to bring yourself back into a place where you feel whole and complete, because you're always whole and complete. It's just that we get attached emotionally, and sometimes that can make us feel like, well, we can't possibly move on without this person next to us. I think this person did have a seat next to you. I think that they were seated next to you for some time, and that something changed and separated you guys. And then there was some time that passed, and as the time passed, you sort of felt this person slipping, until something happened. Something rather dramatic brought this to a close. Something happened that was meant to happen. When I see that Wheel of Fortune, it was almost like it was moving towards that ending the whole time. It was moving towards that completion the whole time. But it ended on such a note that it's almost like you don't want it to end on that kind of note. I think that you desire to have this person back in your present and your future. But right now, it's not for you. Who knows, maybe it will come back. But right now it's important to take a leap of faith and just move into a new beginning. That doesn't include this individual, to trust this. Take a leap of faith and just keep moving, trusting that wherever you're moving towards, you're going from the world back to the Fool here. So it's like this timeline has completed itself. I feel like saying whatever was written between you two has been completed, and it's okay. It's okay that things come to an end, right? Endings are actually just new beginnings, right? And so I feel like your new beginning is here, and that you can sort of feel good about that's okay. You got the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. You don't have to feel like you missed an opportunity. You don't have to dwell in feeling stuck or in the idea of, I'll show them. That's a waste of your time. There's nothing here for you in that regard. I feel like it's best to just walk away from this emotional attachment, walking away from your comfort zone that you felt with this person, and moving towards this emotional fulfillment in the 9 of Cups, where you're sort of surrounded by things that make you feel fulfilled, instead of focusing on something that that's just feels like the cycle is complete. It's now time for you to pick a new direction, right? With that 7 of Pentacles. And also this idea of what you reap what you sow is coming to mind with that 7 of Pentacles. So I can't help but think again, like there's no blame here on anyone, but this cycle has worked its way through itself, and it's now time to choose a new path. And we see another 9 here, 9 of Wands with the King of Cups, which makes me feel like, don't get sucked into the drama of this. Keep your head above water, and more self-care may be required here. You might need to recover from this experience being over, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. There's that 3 of Swords. So yeah, this was painful but necessary. This cycle needed to end, perhaps for reasons we can't predict today. We might not be able to understand why this cycle needed to end. Aside from seeing that 10 of Swords, something happened, right? But it was necessary with this 3. You got the 10 and the 3. And I feel like maybe there was a misunderstanding, miscommunication, and now things seem out of balance for you. But I feel like you need to walk away from it, leave this behind, move away from your comfort zone that you felt with this person, and trust that this is going to be transformative. Don't try and resist this, just go with it. I think that's why you're seeing that yin energy and the Empress. You need to accept this as a big shift and to sort of go with it. Stay grounded in it. Don't try and resist it or be stubborn with it. That will only make this experience feel, I think, more painful. It's almost like the idea of when if you're hanging onto a rope and it's being pulled out of your hand, it's going to burn your hand, right? You'll get that rope burn. It'll be very uncomfortable. So you have to let it go because otherwise you're going to cut your hand open. And I feel like there's some words that want to be spoken here, but it almost feels like what you're being guided to do here is to let it go, is to really trust in letting this go, because right now you and this other individual are sort of like oil and water, and you can't blend right now. And sometimes when we can't blend, there's this idea of forcing it, but you can't force oil and water to emulsify it. They will always separate, they'll always separate. And so don't do anything drastic right now, stay away from this all or nothing sort of energy of extremes, and just sort of be focused on nourishing yourself and not trying to force anything, right? Don't try and force anything to be together, because just get clear on what your intentions are in the present moment, and find yourself focused on emotional fulfillment and sort of taking care of yourself so that you don't get sucked into any drama or into any sort of control, trying to control an outcome here, because I think this is outside of your control. And it almost just feels like a cycle has completed here, Virgo. Yeah, it's the emotional attachment that's keeping you stuck on this person a little bit, but you have to release them just like that rope. If you hang on to them, it's gonna hurt you. So I'm gonna leave it at that, Virgo. I hope this has been helpful. If this reading has resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. As always, I'm sending you so much love and light, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. Take care, my friends.